What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. We're looking at this thing right now, man, and here we are going lower. We're sitting at a price right now at 206.5. 206.5. Now, if you guys remember from the previous video that I made, I certainly don't remember. I have to draw these lines to talk about it. This 0.5 area is right there at 205, okay, right there. Generally, I don't look for significance on the 0.5. Yesterday's closing below this 382 like this, is rather suggestive that we would see a movement down to this golden zone, which I personally wasn't expecting, but I'm not too surprised by it, right? I've talked about it enough times. It's still, again, I was more under the impression we'd hold this higher low here, but left the door open pretty wide that we could go below this low. I don't think we'll go below this low, but this low here, I do think we could go. Who was it? Somebody. Who was it? Let me see here. Comments. Somebody said something about the 7.8. Yeah, user. Okay, user. Also, do you think it'll get rejected at the 7.86? I can mention that in the update today. I said 786. What 786 are you referring to? So I would assume that we're not going to reject this 786. I mean, we can reject it to the downside, I guess. We could like come down and bounce off it. I wouldn't think so, though, personally. I do think that we'd find support in this area. But there's another 786 maybe that you're talking about, which is from top to bottom here, would be this area. If this is the 786 you're thinking that we could find resistance on, maybe, let's say we do go down to that like 236 area here, the 618, 69 area. Your 1272 to 1414 kind of lines up with that. Maybe we do reject it. Maybe we find some resistance. Reject might not be the right word, though, right? Just like I wouldn't assume that we're rejecting the 618. I think we found resistance on it, and then we're going to come up and then break through it, right? Something like that. I mean, I guess you could call it a rejection. I don't know. I feel like a rejection is like this was a rejection. This is just resistance, right? Just like this was support, but you didn't reject going lower. You found support and then you did go lower. Anyways, enough of that stuff. I don't know what 786 you're talking about. If it's that one, if it's the one from the top to bottom, yes, it's possible we could reject it. But actually, I want to draw that from top to bottom. This 382 here, in my opinion, is more significant. And we did have another, daily close below that 382, daily close below this 382, which they're very close together. I think that we are showing significance in the charts to go lower. And this 618, getting back on track here, shout out to the Dragon Riders if I haven't said that already, man. I feel like I forget it sometimes. I don't know. Let's see. 193 on the 236, 194 on the 618. They line up very well together too. From the looks of this, you guys, I'm very compelled to say, I believe, that we will go down to this area. And it's completely possible that we could go lower. We could go lower, but I wouldn't really expect that we would break this zone. Somewhere around 188 to 194. Bitcoin Cash loves its 0.69. But the golden ratio is the golden ratio, so we could find a bounce right off of that as well. One way or another, sad to say it because I got a lot of my buy orders set. We had this little like positive reaction here, and I actually moved some more up, and I bought I think, what was my buy? I bought around like 212. 212 is probably my average, I would think. I don't know. The highest buy that I had was at 215, I think. Maybe it was 214. I've been moving them around a lot lately. I'd have to look at that, man. I got to look at it before I just start saying things on here. But I bought here. I bought on this day, I bought on this low, and here we are going lower, and I do expect we're going to go lower. I'm not selling, personally, because, being this low, this close to the 0.5, we've also seen time and time again where Bitcoin Cash will get near its 0.5 and find a bounce there as well. But just from like a traditional perspective of the fibs, going down here wouldn't surprise me. It like really wouldn't surprise me, and that's kind of the expectation that I would have. Looking at the daily here on the RSI, we broke out of this upward trend. We're coming down now. Going down to the oversold zone wouldn't surprise me. However, we do have a low here, a higher low here, and we have a low here and a lower low here. This is hidden bullish divergence. This is actually a good thing. You see these in uptrends. which we're definitely in right now, right? Low here, low, or higher low, higher high. We're probably going to form a higher low. Maybe this low is to be disregarded, and this low is the one that's going to be regarded. But this hidden bullish divergence could be something, could be a key in deciphering if we're going to go up from here, if we're going to hold this level and bounce up from here. It wouldn't take much to negate this. You know, if the price continues to move down, if we can close right now below 204.75, then that would negate this. Not only that, but we're also closing, you know, below this previous low here. So that would very much lead me to believe that that price is below 200, around that 194 to 180. What was it, man? I keep forgetting. 188, I want to say. Yeah, 188, 194 to 188. This becomes almost like undeniable at that point. We break this level, which is also the 0.5, negates this hidden bullish divergence. I feel like this would just become undeniable at that point. I very much would expect that we'd find a positive reaction here and continue to move up, probably to a new high, higher than this. You know, will we move up higher than this? You know, maybe, but maybe not by the end of the month. I shouldn't say maybe. Definitely we will break above this high, but maybe not by the end of the month is what I mean. Looking at the weekly, still bullish posturings on the RSI. 4 hour does look weak, man. It was looking good, you guys. It was doing exactly what I called for yesterday when I was talking about it, right? Low here, lower low on a closing basis. We had the bullish divergence, and we just gave it up. We gave it up. We negated it with these little neutral red candles. Man, did we give it up? Let's see, actually. Did we? We did not. Okay, I stand corrected. We did not give it up. Okay, yes, this is a lower low right now, but if you see here where this little crux is, you see it right there? That was the last 4 hour close. We have 27 minutes left, Bitcoin Cash. You are down 0.44%. 4.2 now. Get up there. If this can close neutral or green, right? If we can close this green or a little bit neutral like these guys were, maybe even less than that, it would be really nice to see it close green. Now you're down. You're going the opposite direction. Then this low, this little crux here would be the low, and that is technically, oh so technically, higher than this low here, where you have a noticeably lower low in price. So that would be bullish divergence still, further implementing the idea that maybe this is the low, you know, because we are at an area where Bitcoin Cash does bottom out around this 0.5 area, just above it actually. We've seen that time and time again too, right? If I go, I'll just show you guys on the weekly here. I don't know. Let's see if we can find an example. Bottom to top there. Okay, not quite. Kind of at the 0.5, sure. Right there, similar area. Maybe, let's see. What about this one? I think this came all the way down to the 6.9. Yeah, all the way down to the 6.9. Man, I've done this enough where I like almost feel like I know them. Let's see here. Low to high here. Look at that. Right between the 382 and 0.5 there. Oh, that's not the high. I'm sorry. Right there. Okay. Very similar. Very, very similar placement as what we have here, right? From low to high. We're right above the 0.5. I'm going to delete that fib so you can see it. Very, very similar placement. We've done stuff like this before. And it's not just that. You know, you can go on other ones too. Let's see. From this low. Come on now. Right there, low to high. Okay, there was the 6.9. I don't know. There's like 2 or 3 other instances where we've done the 0.5. I'm trying to find them right now, but maybe this isn't the time. A little bit through the 0.5, stuff like that. We don't have to see the golden ratio is all I'm trying to say. We don't have to. It's not a requirement. Though, generally speaking, with fibs, with charts, that's something that I would expect. With Bitcoin Cash, though, you know, I know Bitcoin Cash a little better than I do most charts. You know, I've been around for a little bit with this thing. This is a totally normal area to bottom out. Not only that, you'd be having a higher low. It's hard to say. So time will tell. If I had to give it a statistical likelihood, guys, I would say that we probably will go below $200. The real dagger in the heart there that would promote that and prove that to be true would be closing below $205, essentially $204.94. Closing below this low, closing below the 0.5. At that point, I think it becomes undeniable that we are going to see this sweet spot. And oftentimes, when Bitcoin Cash goes to its sweet spot, it does actually find support right on the 6.9, even a little bit below it. So, it's more common to do that than it is to bounce here, but it's common enough that it has happened. There's still hope. There is still hope. And by the time you guys watch this video, you'll be able to know for yourselves if we have bullish divergence on the 4 hour here. Right now, we have gone down a little bit more, but we have 23 minutes, 55 seconds left. I'm not going to let the video run on for that long, so, in fact, I'm probably going to end it about now. So if you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. I do think ultimately, wherever we find our low, we're going to continue to do great things from here. Overall, we were in this accumulation zone for like a year. Like literally a year. Broke out of it. This is just the consolidation afterwards. We're starting to show bullish things now. I think we're going to see the next phase of this move up. If we look at it, we're looking back here. You can see we found resistance right here, kind of in the midst of this previous zone. I bet our next high would take us to the next zone somewhere up here, maybe around $500 or $600 or so. From top to bottom, the 1272 is at 400, 1618 is at 500. From top to bottom here, not all-time high, but cycle high to this cycle low. Your golden ratio is actually right there near that 1618. The 618 right here is at 534. Your 69 is at 660. Stuff like this, right in the midst of this previous price range. So I think that's where we're heading to ultimately. Even if we're going down from here, I think things are going to be bullish soon enough. But maybe, time will tell. Time will really tell. Something to watch for, again, you guys, is will today, even if this 4 hour doesn't promote bullish divergence, there's still possible. You don't have to have bullish divergence to move up, right? Here you are having a lower low in your 4 hour RSI right here, and you went up. You went up from, that was your low, right? And it didn't have any bullish divergence there. So here you are, you had a lower low in your RSI, no bullish divergence, you went up from there. So you don't need it. There's still enough hope even without it, but I would just love to see some bullish divergence. But I don't know if we're going to get it. So anyways, that's all I got for you guys. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. If I had to bet, and I do like to bet, I would say that we're probably going down, probably below $200. And then from there we can talk. But at the moment, the red dragon looks to be taking flight, so that's all I got to say. If you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up. I appreciate all the likes. Thank you very much for coming to watch, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.